hope all of you are good, so let's get started. Welcome to our science class. But before that, let us pray. Lord, thank you for this day. Bless our students with the kind of study habits that help them to do their best. Them how to develop their talents, find the path you have to set before them. And adventurous, try new things. Show them the importance of learning, remembering that you are always with them. In them as they acknowledge you daily, help them to be excited about their studies, keep in their endeavors. In Jesus' name we pray. Okay, class, welcome to our science class, and our topic for today is all about two kinds of changes that may happen in materials. And all materials change, and there are generally two kinds of change that may happen to any material or substance. These are the physical change and the chemical. So, what is physical change? A change in the appearance of the material but not in its substance is called physical change. No new materials were destroyed nor created, and either the shape, volume, state, or even the general appearance of the material. And in the physical change, the new form may be changed back into its old form. Again, class, that's physical. So changes in temperature can cause a physical change like evaporation, condensation, melting or liquefying, freezing or solidification, and sublimation are processes of physical change caused by changes in temperature. So, what is evaporation? This process is a physical change from liquid to gas or vapor. When do we say liquid becomes water vapor when you boil it? Vapor or steam mixes with air in the atmosphere. And when you cook rice, evaporation is happening. And observe that there is a stream coming out when you open the cover of a rice cooker while it's boiling. Okay, so when you cook rice, look at the picture, class. Evaporation may happen. Again, class, when you cook rice, evaporation is happening. Next, we have when you place drops of alcohol in your hands. Next, hang clothes under fan. Okay, that's evaporation. And what is condensation? And do we say condensation, class? This process is a physical change from gas to liquid. Condensation is a process where gas loses heat and changes into liquid. So the process of condensation is noticeable. Observe a glass pitcher with a cold water in it. Outside part of the pitcher is wet. So water droplets form. And when you place a spoon over a cup of boiling water, droplets of water also form. So, what is melting or liquefying? This process is a physical change from solid to liquid. Melting or liquefying happens when a substance or material absorbs heat energy. Shapes of objects change when they melt. And when you leave ice cubes under the heat of the sun, in a few minutes, the cubes return to their original state, which is liquid water. And when you bring out a can of ice cream from the refrigerator, it slowly melts when placed in a jar. But not all the solids melt at room temperature, okay? That's melting or liquefying. Look at that one, candle melts only when heated, okay? That's melting or liquefying. Another example, gold, iron, and bronze are metals that melt by a very hot bluish-white flame. And another example, iron melts at more than 1,000 degrees Celsius. Get that, class? And what is freezing or solidification? So this process is a physical change from liquid to solid. Freezing is the exact opposite of melting, and 0 degrees Celsius in the temperature at which a substance changes from solid to liquid. And melting point is equal to freezing point. Heat is removed in the process. Water freezes to 0 degrees Celsius. Some materials even freeze or solidify faster than water. When liquids are cooled, they develop some shapes and forms. They solidify. And when placed inside the freezer, liquids such as cooking oil, vinegar, water, and milk solidify. Okay, that's freezing and solidification. Okay, we have sublimation. Sublimation, class, is the process in a physical change from solid to liquid or solid to gas without passing the liquid state. Again, that's sublimation. So sublimation happen or may happen in dry ice. So dry ice is solid carbon dioxide. It disappears when set aside when you check the place where you place the cubes of dry ice. There are no traces. It is not wet. Okay, next we have mothballs. So when you place mothballs in a cabinet to drive away cockroaches, after some time, the mothballs become smaller and smaller until they are gone. So next we have chemical change. The first one is physical change, and now we will talk about chemical change. So when do we say chemical change, class? Is a change in the composition or atomic makeup of a material or substance. A substance or material cannot be brought back to its original form. And one more new substances are formed during a chemical change. It is not simply a change in the form, size, and shape, but in the composition or atomic makeup of a material substance. So first we have heating. When sugar is heated, it starts to melt. Bubbles can be seen popping out, and a black residue is left on the pan. This black residue is carbon, and water is given off as water vapor during evaporation. Next, we have burning. When a paper and wood burn, they undergo chemical changes too. The molecules of these materials break up and combine rapidly with oxygen in air, and spontaneous combustion takes place. And energy is given off in the forms of heat and light. And ashes are produced. Again, that's burning. Next, we have rusting. When paper and wood burn, they undergo chemical changes too. The molecules of these materials break up and combine rapidly with oxygen in air. Again, class, it's rusting. So now we have cooking and decaying. Cooking and decaying are also processes that cause changes in the substance's composition. So what is light? Light also causes chemical change. When exposed to light, a film produces chemical change. Solutions like hydrogen peroxide are placed in colored bottles so light would not affect them. And when do we say hydrogen peroxide, class? It's a pour in a wound and watch the serious bubble action. It kills germs, but soap and warm water do the same job much more gently. Okay, what is solution in water? Chemical change may also be caused by solution in water. When water is added to baking powder, gas bubbles are formed. This is the reason why medicines and substances are kept in dry containers, free from moisture, and are sealed. And when a can is placed over a lighted candle, soot is formed under the can. And bubbles are also formed when vinegar is poured into baking soda. These bubbles are carbon dioxide. So chemical change class may also be caused by solution in water. When water is added to baking powder, gas bubbles are formed. Again, this is the reason why medicine and substances are kept in dry containers. So some statues are made of copper, but as time goes by, they are all no longer copper colored, like when they were new. They become green after some time because the chemical change happened. And copper combined with oxygen in the air forms a new substance that made the copper statues. So class, please answer pages 28 and 37 to 39 in your science book. So thank you for listening. See you next meeting. Goodbye.